who are you?
That's supposed to be an easy question. Are we doing this already? I'm from an area called Factoryton in Cape Town, and Factoryton is an impoverished area where there wasn't much. It was poverty, and I think I grew up in a household where there were many children, many grandchildren, and I was just one of them that had to make life happen. I was raised by a single mother, and her life was difficult. Difficult because she was young when she had me, and society didn't accept that, and because they didn't accept her, they didn't accept me, so it was difficult. Being a single mother and having to work so much, I was mostly then raised by my grandmother, and she's the one that taught me to not rest, but to go out there and work and make a difference. But she didn't teach me joy, and that's one thing or two things that I want now is rest and joy. Yes. So it was difficult growing up because I didn't receive much kindness or love, and I think that's why I want to give it to others, and that's makes me who I am, because I don't want others to feel the way I felt. But it's not my mother's fault. I accept her and am accepting her the way she is. Yes. I actually didn't have a dream. I didn't believe in dreams, and I don't ever think that I dreamt. I could see things, but I wouldn't dream about it. I was almost scared to dream because I didn't think that dreams could come true for me, because what are dreams? As a child, I didn't understand that I have a future. I didn't think that I was going to have a future. I thought because of the way I was raised and because of just being unhappy as a child that I wouldn't have a future, so why dream? Alabaster, yes. I think that's the other love of my life. And 18 years ago, I found a niche in the market, and that was to serve others by creating beautiful clothing for them. So alabaster became, almost like my child. It's what makes me excited every day. It's what brings passion in me. It's what brings hope in me. It gives me love, more than love for others, because I'm able to dress them and transform them. Because I think that's maybe what I wanted in my life, to be transformed or to be free to be transformed on a daily basis. Because clothing can turn you into someone else, and this is what it's done for my customers. And that makes me so excited. I can speak about alabaster forever. But in 2019, I came to a point in my life where I realized that I wanted more of what I'm doing, but in a different way, because there is more in me. But because I've been so passionate about alabaster and its purpose, I put in everything. But then in 2019, I realized there is more to me. And I think I asked God, and I'm like, what more can I do for you? How can I serve you more? And what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to help others with what you have done in alabaster, with the experience that you've given me and the skills that you've given me. I want to use it to help others in their businesses. And I then felt that was the time, so much so that at the year-end function of alabaster in 2019, my son prayed for me and released me from the business, because that was my desire, and all the staff witnessed that. I believe that I have created many gifts and skills within myself, that I could help other small businesses how to manage and to navigate their way forward, because that's the life of entrepreneur. It comes with many highs and many lows. In alabaster, I've experienced many highs, But I also knew that the lows you can navigate, and those are the dynamics I want to teach them, especially small young entrepreneurs that are starting out, that doesn't know what to do. They don't know about maybe registering a business, they don't have the resources, they don't have the tools, and I want to be there to either listen, to support, but to give in the way I've been giving through talking. I think in a way, the world has come up with coaching, business coaching, and my way is just talking, and if that is coaching, then so be it. But I want to do it maybe not as much with a price tag, and that's the difference that I've always given, whether it be in Alabaster and in my life. I didn't have, and I don't want others to think they cannot because they don't have, because you can. And this is what I want to teach them. I want to give them the tools, practical tools, not necessarily money. I don't think because of the way I started without money that it's always necessary. You've got to give yourself, and you've got to become vulnerable. So that's what I'm going to dedicate the next phase of my life to. And it could be for a year, 2 years, 5 years, I don't know. But I have started that journey. I've been able to connect with small businesses and give them my expertise, and I've only seen the results, and I want to continue to do that. That puts more than a smile on my face, but it also gives me the rest that I now want. I don't want to chase, and this is also what I want to teach young entrepreneurs: not to chase, not to run, no, to do things with their own pace. Because they will develop as they give themselves into the business. So just be them, just be you, because this is what I've done. You build a business based on who you are. For everyone is different. There's principles in business, and I could give that, but the principles that I've used in business have been love, dedication, yes, perseverance, the practical things that will help you endure when the tough times come, but also help you to celebrate when the good times are there. But you're going to need you. As the business owner, you're going to need you. But also the one advice that I give every business owner or everyone that start up, don't make it about money. You will exhaust the business, and you will deplete yourself. Yes, it is very difficult. Therefore, you have to know yourself, because life and the way the world works is going to tell you that you need money in order to survive. You need a bank, you need an investor, you need a business plan, you need all of that. But I am living proof 18 years later that I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have finances. I didn't have a bank to sponsor me. I didn't have an investor. I had me. And that's what God used for the success of Alabaster. He used me. He said, Sylvia, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to serve these people and create this beautiful clothing that's going to transform their lives, but also enrich them? And I said, yes, I'm willing. And I took it on. And from the beginning, with nothing in my pockets, with no investors, and I thought, how will this work? But it did work. And so it can, based on who you are. So I gave me to the business, and it worked. It was the recipe for success. And I think anyone can do that. Anyone that is determined enough, that has a purpose, that wants to pursue what makes them happy, anyone will find success in business. And any business person that is successful will tell you that any successful business is not defined by money. Never. Can never be. Doesn't matter what the world dictates.